Rumors have begun going around that WWE are getting very close to officially announcing the return and comeback of former Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey to the company, who was last seen in a WWE ring back at WrestleMania 35, and currently rumors indicate that when Ronda does return, she will be featured on the Raw brand, with one source mentioning that Ronda Rousey's return will likely occur during the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble match. It has been stated that Vince has huge plans for Ronda Rousey and Raw's women's division following her return, with it likely that Ronda will win the Raw Women's Championship almost immediately after coming back, to set up a big feud with another soon-to-be returning star for WrestleMania 37. While the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar is currently a free agent who could potentially go to AEW if he so desired, rumors have revealed that it's now only a matter of time before Brock Lesnar makes his big return to WWE, with it highly probable that Lesnar will make his comeback sometime in early January 2021 to add some intrigue to the road to WrestleMania. As of right now, it's unknown which brand between Raw and Friday Night SmackDown that Lesnar will be returning on, with there being obvious reasons for Lesnar to return on each show, with Brock having unfinished business with Raw's WWE champion Drew McIntyre, but also having a sensible feud option with Paul Heyman and his new client Roman Reigns on SmackDown. But nonetheless, Brock Lesnar will be back on WWE TV sooner than most fans would likely think. WWE have reportedly felt that both Raw and SmackDown's tag team divisions need some more depth and talent right now, and according to a breaking new backstage rumor, Enzo Amore and Big Cass are being considered by Vince McMahon to return to WWE for Monday Night Raw's tag team division at the start of 2021, in an effort to boost fan interest in the rather stale division, which is currently being run by Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods of the New Day. Unlike the last time they were in WWE, McMahon apparently plans for Big Cass and Enzo Amore to win the Raw Tag Team titles very quickly after they do come back. Ever since Paige was forced to give WWE fans an emotional goodbye and early retirement back in the spring months of 2018, most fans have been very hopeful that eventually Paige would be medically cleared to return to the ring in WWE and reclaim her throne at the top of the women's division. Up to this point, that hasn't officially happened, but apparently WWE have reportedly been in talks with Paige for an in-ring return next year in 2021, with WWE doctors apparently letting Vince know that Paige is in the all clear to return, and that the anti-diva is perfectly healthy and able to compete once again. Not surprisingly, we have been told that Vince is planning for Paige to make a return to WWE as a surprise entrant in the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble match. And unlike in 2018, when Paige was competing every now and again with Absolution's Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, WWE are planning for Paige to return to WWE as a near full-time solo competitor for the blue brand Friday Night SmackDown after next year's Royal Rumble event. Chris Masters was last seen in a WWE ring back in 2011, and following his firing from the company that same year, Masters has continued to wrestle on the indies in smaller promotions, as well as sporadically with TNA Impact Wrestling. During his run in WWE, many fans believed that Chris Masters had all the tools to be a main event caliber superstar, but things unfortunately did not pan out the way Chris would have hoped for in WWE. However, a new behind-the-scenes rumor has revealed that Vince is actually considering the idea of having Chris Masters return to WWE sometime in 2021 to be featured in the Intercontinental Championship scene over on Friday Night SmackDown, with McMahon reportedly thinking that Masters is still quite young at 37 years old and could be a great addition to the mid-card title scene in WWE. Most fans will likely agree with the sentiment that the WWE just isn't quite the same without the 16-time WWE World Champion John Cena actively competing in the company. And while John's certainly a very busy man outside the WWE with various movies and other projects, it appears as though John Cena will be returning to WWE in early 2021 if all things go according to plan. Apparently, Vince McMahon has big plans for John Cena's return to WWE leading up to WrestleMania 37. And while The Undertaker gave fans his final farewell from WWE at Survivor Series 2020, there are currently talks behind the scenes in WWE to have John Cena and The Undertaker, two superstars who had cinematic matches at this past year's WrestleMania 36 event, face off against each other in another cinematic style match at WrestleMania 37 for Taker's final send-off bout. Most wrestling fans were crushed when the news had been revealed that Edge had suffered from a serious torn triceps injury at Backlash 2020 during his match against Randy Orton, because most fans were sure that once Edge was finished up with Randy Orton, the rated R superstar would be moving up the card into the main event WWE title picture over on Monday Night Raw. However, we have some good news to share regarding Edge's status with WWE, because apparently Vince is planning for Edge to make his highly anticipated return at the 2021 Royal Rumble event, with McMahon planning for Edge to be a WWE Championship contender immediately after his return to make up for lost time, with it likely that Edge will be feuding with Drew McIntyre throughout the start of 2021. Vince McMahon is reportedly very convinced that Dean Ambrose, known as Jon Moxley in AEW, will choose to leave All Elite Wrestling in early 2021 and make a huge return to WWE after utilizing his opt-out clause in his AEW contract, with Vince McMahon offering Dean a return deal that Ambrose simply cannot refuse, that said contract being more money than Ambrose is currently making in AEW, while also giving Dean the creative freedom and control over his character that he feels he deserves. As of right now, a new leaked backstage rumor has revealed that if Dean Ambrose does indeed return to WWE in early 2021, Ambrose will be assigned to Friday Night SmackDown, where Dean Ambrose would reportedly come back as a heel and attempt to destroy Roman Reigns, who in the process would apparently turn back into more of a face character in WWE for this big rivalry with the Lunatic Fringe. Dean Ambrose would set out to destroy Roman Reigns and vow to win Roman's Universal Championship, something that could very well happen next year leading up to WrestleMania 37. For those of you unaware, despite losing his Universal Championship to Braun Strowman at WrestleMania 36 and seemingly being done with WWE afterwards, Goldberg is still currently under contract with WWE, and apparently Vince McMahon is planning for Goldberg's return in 2021 to occur at one of the next shows in Saudi Arabia, against some kind of a special opponent, perhaps the match against Roman Reigns that was originally scheduled for WrestleMania this year. While it's unlikely that Goldberg will be winning any world titles in WWE anytime soon, fans should prepare themselves to see Goldberg appear quite a few times in WWE next year. We will condense a few rumored returns next year in 2021 for the final entry in this video, because by all means there are so many superstars who are coming back very soon. In the WWE's women's division, Charlotte Flair is reportedly expected to return in early 2021, as is Becky Lynch, who is allegedly penciled in to return at the 2021 Royal Rumble along with Seth Rollins, after having their baby. Eva Marie is also planned for a big return to WWE next year as well, and in the men's division, some rumored returns include Bo Dallas, who is expected to return and align with The Fiend Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss, and last but certainly not least, CM Punk, who is apparently finally set to return to WWE about a month before WrestleMania 37 to face off against Seth Rollins in one of the main non-title marquee matches on the card.